Hey, what's going on, everybody? In YouTube, Facebook Live, this is your boy, Rich Taylor, aka Dollar, bringing you another episode of By the Dip. This is episode number 8, here with my new co host and my brother from another mother, Aaron, aka YEEZEEYEE. What's going on, Aaron?
Hey, not much, Richie. How are you? I I'm reading the comments right now. Mike, I have brand manager stuff for this channel, so I will help Richie set up the Instagram
Yeah.
live. So
Yeah. I
were
need
you just
Aaron to, I need Aaron to go in there and look at everything. Because there's a lot of stuff I'm either missing or I probably shouldn't have. I haven't even set up the description and keywords yet. I'll do it after, so for the
Yeah.
replay.
Oh yeah,
But
wait, happy Halloween to everyone.
yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah, I went to Target today and I actually was looking for a costume to wear during the show, but yeah, they only had like kids costumes, and so I decided to just get some cards. But yeah,
I think I did the same thing because I ended up with cards too.
oh,
No,
I like
actually, I just
that.
ordered online. So, like, cause what the update for you was like what $12 a pack, $12
Well,
a hanger.
so this is what happened. I went in there and it was amazing because I must have just missed her because it was all up and it was all restocked and it was all fresh and not one box was moved. They had everything. They had football, basketball, baseball, and they had all the new retail stuff. So and I got paid today. So it's kind of like
Nice.
I don't want to spend my whole check on it. So I just spent just a little bit, but I started putting stuff in here. I always do that. I always grab everything I can and put in the basket, and then I come back when I'm ready to pay, and then I put stuff back. That's what I
Mm.
always do, you know. But long story short, thank you guys for watching. We are by Spec Media. This is By the Dip number 8. We're gonna go over last week's House of Stein, Ben Stein's By the Dip list. Aaron's gonna be taking care of that. We're gonna first go over some MCU news and a couple spec books that are no surprise. They're one of them is a legacy key issue, a grail, and the rest are they're all down in value. But after the news today, you could see spikes that are coming up here pretty soon. So let's get into it. But before we get into that, let's make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. If you're not, please do share and go ahead and tag Spec Media with 2 S's, and we'll go ahead and shout out your brand or your IG or whatever you promote yourself at, or share on social media on one of our many shows on all 3 of our channels. And if you can do us a favor and give us a like, we'd really appreciate it. Leave us a comment. Let us know. Constructive criticism is welcome as well. But yeah, let's keep it clean. We appreciate it. And this show is sponsored by Gemini Comic Supply. If you guys are flipping books, if you guys are trading books or selling books on the secondary or getting them pressed or whatever, if you're putting your books in the mail, make sure you're using Gemini Comic Supply. Now, Popcorn 99 code, you get 10% off your next purchase. Also, on top of that, we have a new code. It is SSP99. That's like super short print 99. You'll get 10% off as well. The Popcorn 99 code is going to be gone after the show tonight. Oh, I would say probably tomorrow. And we're going to go with the SSP 99, and I'll have a new image. And on top of that, Aaron, I don't know if I told you this or not, but Brian, the guy that owns Gemini Comics, he's a friend of mine. I talk to him all the time. He now has slab mailers. And
Oh, yeah, you were
yeah,
just telling us like right before we started. You're like, I have something to grab. I was like, oh man, that's exciting.
shout out to Brian. He thank you. He sent me a test box of slab mailers. So we're gonna break those out and we're gonna make an IG reel, and I'll probably do a short or a video, and we're gonna test them out and see how they are. And I think he's probably in the live chat watching. So if you are, Brian, thank you very much. I got him right away and I appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into it. So we have some more Loki news. This is pretty interesting. I know we're all watching Loki right now, but let's add to it. So this gentleman right here, you guys know him as Casey. I'm a little surprised his books are not, his first appearance isn't moving. I understand because he's an MCU original character, and the first appearance is, I think it's coming up here. I think it's like FF 354, and it's kind of a different kind of situation, but it's pretty much the same character. It's just the difference is that they're using in the comics they use an actual train called the Crossroads time traveling train or some bullshit like that. But yeah, he was actually front and center in this last episode. I'm not going to go ahead and spoil everything like we did last week, but if you haven't seen episode 4, there is a little bit here, but I'll just tell you this much: they do center on other characters, other Minutemen in the next episode, and it's pretty interesting, along with Victor Timely and Loki and his variant. But this is the one I wanted to talk to you about. So Marvel might have just spoiled Thanos' MCU return in the latest trailer. Okay. So Marvel might have just spoiled Thanos' MCU return in the latest trailer of Marvel's. Marvel's comes out, I believe, Aaron, is it November 6th or the 10th?
It's coming up. I think I saw a counter the other day that said like 10 days. So, and I think that was like 2 days ago. So,
Okay.
So like a week, right?
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, something like that. It's like 9 days, maybe. I might be off a day or two, but yeah.
So there's 2 new trailers out, Aaron, not to interrupt you, I apologize, but there's 2 new trailers out, but the latest one we'll get into in a second. But this one in particular is a new trailer. The Marvels might have just spoiled the return of Josh Brolin's Thanos. Yes, he is confirmed to be playing Thanos because he has a contract with them, but it's not confirmed that Thanos is coming. So this is just a rumor, but and or Easter egg. But the now iconic big bad was last seen in Avengers Endgame, as you guys know, when one of his variants made it over to the core MCU timeline, Earth 1999-99, where he nearly wiped out all of existence. Before that, the original Thanos successfully snapped away half of life in the universe. Needless to say, those events were very traumatic for everybody in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I remember when I watched that first Avengers Infinity War, I watched it in the movies by myself, and man, I almost lost my breath. It was crazy. Yeah. But it says, is Thanos in the Marvel? So a new trailer for Brie Larson's The Marvel seemingly spoiled the return of Josh Brolin's Thanos. While no new footage of the iconic MCU villain and comic villain was seen, a brand new dialogue can be heard that was never present in Avengers Infinity War or Endgame. The new line sees the Mad Titan threaten, quote, "There will always be more to finish my work," end quote. Seeing as this phrase had never uttered before, let's go into it. Here we go. Seeing as this phrase was never uttered before, did the MCU accidentally spoil the villain's return? Question mark. While it's certainly possible, the new line of dialogue could simply be unused and repurposed for the sake of marketing. It's worth pointing out how Thanos' voice in the teaser appears as a voiceover while showing images of Zal Ashton's Dar-Benn. That's the new accuser that like Ronan Accuser, but the new moniker for the accuser for the Kree that is the main villain for the Marvels, basically. But he's doing it. So what this is saying is they not in the latest trailer, but the trailer before that came out last week, he does a voiceover. Okay, so you can hear his voice. The illusion seems clear. The villain of the Marvels could be aiming to continue Thanos' crusade. Not much is known about what Dar-Benn, the accuser, might be up to in the film The Marvels, though dialogue from Captain Marvel herself indicates that the villain is specifically targeting anywhere Carol Danvers calls home. Whatever Dar-Benn is up to, it's bad enough to create a big team up between Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan. Continuing Thanos' work would certainly fit the bill. The full teaser can be shown below, so we're going to watch that real quick.
But do you think it before we started, could it be like a flashback of
Yeah, it could be. So that's what we're gonna find out right now. So
Okay.
give me 1 second. Let's get over there.
Heroes. That's something the world sorely needs. Avengers.
So obviously they're going back, right? And I have to
Mhm.
stop it here and there because I don't want to get a strike.
No.
I am inevitable. There will always be more.
Right there. Do you hear that?
Mm.
Let's go
Yeah.
back. Right, go. Okay, this is from the actual movie. So what you're seeing before, I am an inevitable, whatever. That's from Avengers Endgame or whatever voiceover. But then he says this in the Marvel teaser that came out 4 days ago.
There will always be more.
That's him. Boom, right there. So I don't know if that's a maybe like a clip from maybe that didn't make it into one of the Infinity War saga movies, but it was in the teaser that dropped 4 days ago.
Finish my work.
There will be more to finish my work.
This is just the beginning.
And there's Darbin.
She's destroying every place I call home and taking power.
Look at that. She's got the bangles on, which is interesting.
Nice. Yeah.
Interesting.
She has both of them.
She's got both of them. Interesting. Monica Rambeau getting dirty.
It will be the
Now here is somebody
end
falling.
of everything. You got this.
I'm
beginning.
asking
Monica!
for one last fight.
Ooh. So I wonder if this is another variant of Thanos or what have you that's backing Darbin. But remember in the earlier Avengers movies when Ronan the Accuser had the moniker of the is it the Accuser, right? Is it? Am I saying that wrong? What? It doesn't sound right. Ronan the fuck, I can't remember.
Let me look it up.
But you know what I'm talking about, Ronan. I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm saying Accuser, but that's so stupid of me. But yeah, but remember when Ronan was involved in the early Avengers movies in cameos with the Thanos, and then also in Guardians Volume 1.
It
Am I
is the
right?
Accuser. Yeah,
Okay,
it is.
the Accuser.
Yeah.
He was working for Thanos, and then when he got the the Power Stone or the Cosmic, I can't remember. I think it was the Power Stone. He basically told him to go F off. So
The Marvel, rated PG-13, in theaters November 10th. Get to
nice. I love it. So go back into it. That was the clip. Will Thanos actually return to the MCU? This writer is saying, and this is from Daniel RPK. Thanos might have died in his last appearance twice, but that hasn't kept fans from wanting even more of the big purple menace. If he does return, he probably should not be positioned as the key MCU threat. That's his opinion. But more of Josh Brolin's terrific performance is never a bad thing. After all, some version of his return would make sense given his brother, Harry Styles, is playing Eros, aka Star Fox. We just had that book, and it's on the dip last week. That's his brother. Just made his MCU debut back in 2021's Eternals. It would be strange to introduce that character and not give fans more Thanos as a result. So I could see flashbacks like Aaron was saying. So good job, Aaron, on that. Very sharp of you. Probably talking origin. We were getting rumors of like Eternals when he was like a kid or whatever. Like they were gonna go back in time and talk about his origins when he was an Eternal or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's basically open field. We'll see what happens.
Are you actually looking forward to this movie?
Yes, big time.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I'm not like as excited as you are about it, but I mean I would lean towards the I'm looking forward to it side more than the like just jumping on a bandwagon and saying like, oh, I don't expect shit from this.
Yeah. I don't know. I disagree. There's just a lot of bandwagon right now. I'm not you, Aaron, but I'm saying there's a lot of people right now. It's a pretty popular opinion to rip the downfall of the MCU, like an MCU spec, and I agree with that at a certain point.
Right.
But I am really excited for this because I liked the Miss Marvel series. I thought Kamala Khan was awesome. I'm not a fan
I
of Brie
agree.
Larson, but I thought she was really good as Captain Marvel, especially in
So-
Endgame.
Well, I mean, she gets better than her premiere movie, right? Which,
I
like,
liked the
uh,
premiere. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was the greatest, but I thought it was good. I've seen it like 5 times, but
yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
and then I like all the throwbacks to like the references of the '90s and everything as well.
very nostalgic, very good.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited and find out what's going on with Thanos. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Thanos here in a second, and then there's also something that came out today as well that is regarding mutants, and we'll get into that in a second. I'm just trying to hit the chat here. So here's your first appearance of Thanos. This is Invincible, or this is Iron Man 55. You guys all know this book. This is no secret to anybody. He's not purple, he's green, I believe, right? Or no, that's Drax the Destroyer. My bad. He actually is purple because he's right here. Well, he's wearing no, that's Drax the Destroyer. My bad. He's on the cover of there he is in the top left. So that's him in the top left. That's his first cover appearance. It's Captain Marvel 26 from volume 1. And yeah, he is purple. I don't know if he has the nutsack chin, but
that's
yeah,
I think that's a George Perez thing, right?
yeah, I think this book is actually undervalued. There's a lot going on in this book, and it's a second appearance, but it's a first cover, and it's pretty damn cool. I really like this book. This is your first meeting of Adam Warlock and Thanos. This is a pretty cool book, Warlock number 9. And this is the first battle between Thanos and Warlock, which is pretty damn awesome. And there's also a couple first appearances as well. This book was like back in 2008, 2019, was almost considered as like a classic mini grail to a certain extent, but then it just kind of died away. I don't even think it did anything during the pandemic years, but during the Infinity War saga, this book was really, really popular. But yeah, this one's very interesting.
But this could be the first ball chin cover, you know?
Yeah, first. Well, no, because then you have Aaron. You cracked me up.
Sorry.
first nut sack of Chen.
Yeah.
But long story short, I think he's on the cover, I think, of 28, Captain Marvel 28. Hey, what's up, Eric? What's going on, man? I don't know what's going on. I got bill collectors calling me. They're all pissed off at me. Anyways, long story short, hey, what's up, guys? I'll say hi to the chat in a minute. I apologize. I just want to get through this. I don't want to have to keep Aaron too long because I know he's a busy guy. But
dogs are probably barking at trick-or-treaters or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's all good, dude. We're all good. Yeah, it's so funny. So it's Halloween today, and my dad is feeling better, and he's painting the living room on Halloween. But anyways, yeah, I'm pretty excited for Halloween. I just love passing out candy to the kids, and I bought a bag of those Pokemon cards, so those are out there too. So.
Oh, you found that? Nice.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah. Here is one I think is really interesting. This is no secret as well. Your first Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is Thanos 13. This is from a different continuity. This is not from Earth 616. This is the when Frank Castle turns to the Herald called Cosmic Ghost Rider. You guys all know. And this is also the first appearance of King Thanos. Now, remember, Disney World actually paid homage to this character. They actually made a ride that's based solely on King Thanos. Okay. And it's there. It's right. I believe it's still there in Disney World in Orlando. So this is it's pretty interesting. The timing of this. I mean, this was about maybe 4 months ago. And then now they're talking about Thanos coming back. I just think that's pretty interesting. And this book's down as well. This book has always been like a kind of like a present day grail in a sense, or at least a big book. Always like between $75 to $150. This is cover A. It's a beautiful cover. Donny Cates wrote it. but low print run as well. But yeah, it's got massive color rub. It's known for color rub on the back as well. So just make sure you check that back if you decide to make the move on this book. And this right here is the first Thanos baby with the nut chin covered. I'm kidding. No, this is your first appearance of Punisher Thanos, or Thanos Punisher. It's like a mashup of Punisher and Thanos. I believe Thanos takes the Punisher moniker in this continuity. It's also in the Cosmic Ghost first solo Cosmic Ghost Rider run. I think it's pretty interesting. You got baby Thanos up there chilling on Cosmic Ghost Rider as well. What were you gonna say, Aaron?
I was gonna ask, do you know in that Thanos run, do you know the first appearance of Silver Surfer Black is? Like, I was just trying to get clarification.
Yeah,
on that.
so the first appearance of Silver Surfer Black I believe is in well, because you have the Fallen one, right? So if it's the same, I believe it's the same character. So what I've read, it's the same character. So I think it's 14 is the first, right?
Okay.
And then he actually dies in 17 in this run. And it's actually a really awesome cover on the first print. It like has the Infinity Gems on the top, and he's like up there. Then they did the Silver Surfer Black
miniseries.
Yeah, miniseries. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was because I kept on reading both like back and forth, and I was like, which one is it? Like,
yeah. All right, so here's our next one. The Marvel's new trailer includes sneaky X-Men tease. I don't know if I want to get into the trailer much, but I'm just going to show you what the Easter eggs, okay? Is that way. So I don't want to get, in case I played that trailer too much, because I'm getting close to monetary. I don't want to get any strikes or anything. So this is in the trailer. These are actually the screenshots. They go so fast, there's no way you can see them from the naked eye. And if anybody says they can, they got amazing sight. But anyways,
or doing a lot of drugs. I can't tell.
So yeah, right. That too. It says what comes next, and it flashes really fast. And then this appears. Boom. Right here. Now, there's two parts of this. Okay. I don't want everybody to go crazy and go, oh my God, X-Men's are coming or whatever. There's two parts of this. Yeah, that could be an Easter egg callback or a hint that there could be mutants showing up, but also this is the Marvels, and Kamala is now a mutant, right? So I don't even want to get into this article, but we will. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this. The Marvels new trailer includes sneaky X-Men tease. The Marvel's X-Men reference in the latest trailer for the Marvels that dropped today. Marvel Studios seemingly teased the X-Men's presence in the upcoming movie. So, like I said before, that could be right. But remember, as we're in the comics now and in the MCU, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, is now a mutant. Okay. So let's not get it twisted. We'll find out when we see the movie. But it begins with the words, quote, "be there," appear in the ad, followed by Tiana Paris's Monica Rambeau saying, quote, "there's a different reality bleeding into ours." So that makes it kind of feel like, okay, maybe that is towards mutants, right? Then right when Nick Fury says, quote, "they're here," the words, "what comes," quote, "what come next," appear before they fade. Okay. The letter X remains highlighted from the extra beat. Okay. So let me go into this as I was just talking. First, it says this comes, what comes next. And then boom, they're real fast, real quick. And then you got the finger and the X right there. Okay. I think that's pretty interesting. Continuing, the emphasis on the quote X, in addition to the tease of quote a different reality and Fury's warning of quote "they're here," not only seems to be a nod at the X-Men, but a hint at their involvement in the Marvels, aka Captain Marvel 2. Premieres November 10th. If you didn't get that, this ad comes on the heels of an update on the MCU's X-Men film, which hasn't been officially announced, but is reported to be looking for writers in early 2024. Now the writer strike is over. Okay. How the Marvels connects to the X-Men. Since Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel will be the force to team up when their powers become entangled in Captain Marvel 2, the origin of Miss Marvel's unique power set and the subject of her mutation is sure to be revisited in the film. If so, the exploration of her powers in the Marvels could easily serve as a huge stepping stone in introducing the X-Men franchise into the MCU. It's also ideal for Marvel Studios to do so, with X-Men 97 animation series expected to release in early 2024 and Deadpool 3 on the horizon. Also, if the context of Monica Rambeau and Nick Fury's trailer quotes are, in fact, related to mutants, audiences may get answers on how the multiverse connects to the MCU's X-Men story. Still, fans should be cautiously optimistic about the tease, like I was saying, and who may or may not appear. Back in 2022, Marvel Studios producer Nate Moore warned that it might be a few years out from the X-Men. Given the challenges the MCU has faced both internally and with the industry in recent months, with the writer's strike, now with the actor's strike, it would seem that the Red brand would need more time, not less, to execute its X-Men vision. Still, in the light of Miss Marvel's role in the Marvels, aka Captain Marvel 2, coupled with the new tease, it does look like this future batch of heroes will be receiving some sort of introduction into the upcoming film, The Marvels, that arrives in theaters Friday, November 10th. Interesting, huh? All right, let's get into it. By the Dip. This is from October 27, 2023. House of Stein, the original Hot 10 comic show. Spec Media's By the Dip. This list is written by the one and only Ben Stein. Let's go. Kanto, number 1. This is a CGC 9.8. What does he say about this book?
Let's see. He wrote that a CGC 9.8 sold for $270. This has been the lowest since 2020. It peaked at $1,200. A third print 9.8 sold for $22. You're muted.
Here's your third print right here. CGC 9.8. What'd you think about this book, Aaron? The first print, cover A. Did you like what Ben had to say about this, and what's your opinion on it?
So for at 270, that's pretty low. Especially since we just got the announcement too that Kanto is being picked up by Dark Horse.
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, that would just that should just bring excitement back to the fan base, right? Or to people like somewhat casual fans of Kanto, like where it's like kind of like if I had a copy and I sold it at 1,200, like this is the time to buy back in if you're a believer of the book, right?
Right, I agree, and I think that the third print for $22 is not a bad deal either.
Well, and what I think is really interesting about Dark Horse picking it up, the people that own Dark Horse own a video game company.
Okay.
Well, so like, why would they not start transferring some of these IPs into video games? Like, I feel like Kanto, that's a perfect like RPG game.
What's an RPG game?
Like a role playing game.
Oh, role playing game.
Yeah. Like think Final Fantasy 7.
Gotcha.
Final Fantasy, something like that. Like I could see it being like where it's like turn-based games.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I went to a hobby shop today in LCS before I went and got those, and I went to Target, and I was making at first I went to my not my comic shop, but my LCS, one of my LCSs, and they're called Alakazam Comics. Really good people, but they have key issues in the dollar bins, in the 50-cent bins. I mean, it doesn't mean they're 50 cents, but they're really cheap.
Yeah.
Long story short,
were they priced or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and the dude is super cool. Shout out to him. I don't know his name, but we always talk, and he always, he said he watches the Hot 10. He loves the Hot 10. So,
that's
but
awesome.
anyways, I went there and I was making the video, and I was gonna edit it and put it on tonight. But I go to the door and it's locked, and I'm like, oh no! And I see they're closed on Tuesday, so it's like,
so I mean, and then especially in the Kanto first print 9.8, like it has that famous crease in it, unless you got the Canadian printed version.
Oh, you mean the area of Diamond distributing in Canada?
Yeah, which I think was like what, the West Coast?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got mine. All of them have mine, and
Okay.
I pre-ordered 10 of them because I got the 1 in 10 too. So,
Nice.
but yeah, that was good times. Good times. All right, let's get into the next one. This is Witchblade number 10, and this is the variant that was a new book to me. Tell me a little bit about this book before you get into what Ben said, Aaron. What do you know about this book?
So this is a Mark Silvestri cover. I actually don't know too much about Witchblade.
Right.
I never really got big into the top cow 90s books and stuff like that. So this was like in that time period where I wasn't into comics. So
this is the first appearance of Witchblade, who is, I think her name is Jackie Estrada. I could be wrong on the last name, but yeah, I'm not very savvy on but I know who she is or what have you. And this book is really hard to find.
okay.
What does Ben say about this book?
So this sold raw for $10, and then a CGC 9.8 sold for 100, and then this has been the lowest since 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you? I mean, is this something you would? Well, two questions. Is this something that you're, since both of us don't really know much about Witchblade, and we're learning about this book, is this something that you would want to add to your PC and or believe that could actually,
lead to something?
Yeah.
I mean, Silvestri's been in the industry forever, and he's a legend, especially with all his X-Men art and everything.
Right.
I don't know if it really like. It's a great cover too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it really moves the needle for me. Like where it's like kind of like I have to go, go find this book. I mean, at a $10 gamble, that's not. I'm sure I spent $10 on way worse books that have like dipped to dollar bins easily. So I don't see it as a book that would go down necessarily.
Does he mention what the price was before, or does he just says it's just the lowest?
He said it was just the lowest since 2020. So
Silvestri variant, yeah.
I can look it up. I can look it up on GPA.
Okay, I'd like to know how many 9/8 are on the census if you have that up by any chance. But
I'll look that up first. The census count.
Chat, let us know. Is this something you guys are looking into after Friday night show? If you didn't catch Friday night show or segment by the dip, this is the Witchblade number 10 CGC 9.8 and raw. This is the Silvestri variant. This is by Top Cow Comics, and it's your first appearance of Witchblade. She's on the cover as well. It's Jackie. I think her last name's Estrada. I don't know. I believe it's Estrada, but it could be something else. But what do you got, Aaron?
It's Escado.
Escado? Okay.
ESTACADO.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. There's a newsstand. There's a gold foil variant.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, am I on the right issue? Okay. Yep. Let's see. There's like several different variants for this. It doesn't distinguish which one it is.
I believe this is cover B. I believe it's cover B, but it could be C. I'm not really sure. But yeah, when this was on the list, I was surprised. I was like, wow, I know the Witchblade 10 cover. I know that book. I just never. I mean, I've seen this book. I just don't know much about this variant.
Okay, it looks like there's 98 on the census for 9.8
for the Silvestri. Wow.
Yeah, because I'm guessing this is the Darkness Zero variant cover. I don't know if that's for sure it.
Mojo Coy says, I think the Witchblade has already peaked. There was a show ago on TNT. Good info. Thank you, Mojo. Appreciate you.
But it's so weird that sometimes like some of these comic shows that like you never hear released, right? Or until it's like super late, like Super Crooks, that's a Mark Miller story that released on Netflix. I thought it was good, like personally. I mean, I never really read that series either, but I enjoyed it. And it made me like want to kind of do like what I did for Preacher, where I watched the show, enjoyed it a lot, started reading the comics, and then got upset at the show.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, this is the next book. This is Inhumans #5. This is your first appearance of Yelena Belova, the second Black Widow. What's going on here?
So a CGC 9.8 recently sold for $130. This is the lowest ever. And then a CGC 9.6 sold for $22, which is the lowest ever.
This book's got to come back. It's got to come back.
Oh yeah, I mean, and especially since like, aren't they doing a Yelena storyline anyways? Like,
yeah, I mean that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if they're going to do it through Thunderbolts, okay, or if they're going to do it through another Avengers movie. I don't know. I haven't heard any rumors about a new Black Widow coming.
Well, I mean, just like even in the comic series, like Yelena's supposed to get her own like solo series, I think, coming up soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Would that be her first solo series?
I don't know if it'd be her first solos.
Interesting.
Yeah, probably though.
We got to find out more about that. And guys, let me know if there's any newsstands out there. I have this entire run, and 1 through 5 are direct, but 6 through I think 10 or whatever the rest of the run is, are all newsstands. I want to know if there's a newsstand out there. So guys, let me know in the comments or in the chat. I appreciate it. All right, Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel. What's going on here?
So a CGC 9.8 sold for $825. It peaked at $2,500 to $2,600 last year.
Yeah. We talked about this on Friday about and just alluding on what we were just saying at the beginning of the show, or just adding to what we were just saying at the beginning of the show, the MCU spec burnout, right? It is real. It is real. No doubt. I'm not disagreeing with that. I think it's a little bit overhyped, but I think, and I said this on the show on Friday, I truly believe though, if this character shows up in the Marvels, this book will go nuclear. This character is the exception. There's probably just maybe you can count them on one hand. This is one of them. What do you think?
So when I always think of this book, I always think of another book that came out around this time, is the Amazing Fantasy 15 first Amadeus show. Like, if you compare the numbers side by side, like print run numbers, I think even census numbers, they're both relatively really close. Like, I don't remember which one has a little bit more, but one of the books has like just like a couple grand more or whatever in the orders ordered by retailers.
Yeah, I think Comicron has just a 17 and change. I'm not like a few hundred over 17,000. So let's just say 20K, right? 20K. I always add 3,000. And after the news, shout out to Brian McClay, our boy. He's the owner and host of pretty much all of her shows, but he's also just a very good friend of both me and Aaron's, and he does a show on Wednesday and Saturday on his show. He also does a show on Sunday called The Industry Show. Wednesday, we do the collectibles show. It's called the Wednesday Review. I think he might have changed the name, but we do all kinds of collectibles. That's a great show. I'm on that show as well. Aaron's on that show as well as co-host. And then Aaron does a show with him on Saturdays called Modern Comic Mayhem. And then he's the host of Hot 10, as you guys know. And he was, what was he saying? He said something really interesting about this character. What were you saying right before I mentioned Brian?
I was talking about the Amadeus show.
Yeah,
yeah.
So Brian broke some news recently on Beyond Wednesdays. I think it was during Drama Comic Alert about print runs, right? And he was questioning print runs, and we moved from the idea of adding 3,000 minimum or 3,000 orders to the Comicron numbers to 5,000. right?
Oh yeah.
Right. So now
Yeah.
we're adding 5,000, but I always add 3,000. So there's about 20K, around 20K of this book. Comicron says 17K, but let's just say 20K. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit less because I don't really see this book in the wild. But I did see. Shout out to Jessup, Half Price Crook, also Presses Comics. Give him a follow on IG. He found one of these books at Half Price Books for like $1.
Yeah. I saw one on the wall recently at a con, and it was $500. But I'm also not going to spend $500 on a raw book for a chance to get a 9.8 or whatever. Even with the peak numbers of, I don't. That's too high of a gamble for me.
Yeah.
With the current prices of a 9.8 or whatever, and then also like for the off chance that this character does show up, I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not worth the gamble to me.
Right.
But I could see how it could be appealing to others.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well said. Now, what the hell is this? This is what the book actually looks like. But Brian had this image up, so I believe there's probably like a variant or some sort. But what's going on here, Aaron? What is this book?
All right. Rapid Max Robot SE2 1986. So Ben writes, is this the first hip hop comic? Question mark. And then is it really out of 250? So anyways, a copy sold for $145. This was about $400 4 months ago, and it hit to $2,000 last year.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, thank you, man. Constantino, thank you. The content you guys put out and knowledge is top notch, as well as Brian and all the boys in your circle, Bravos brothers. Thank you, man. That's awesome. Thank you very much. That seriously, we take that to heart. That means a lot.
Yeah.
And we're all rough on each other and ourselves, especially because we know there's a lot of really good speculators, investors, knowledgeable people in and outside of our circle. So thank you very much for that. That's very nice.
I'm really here to bring down the show is my goal.
No, Aaron is a sleeper. The guy amazes me every time I talk to him. The down part I have to say about Aaron is when he pulls cards, his face gets so red. It's crazy. He gets so excited and he's just like, poo, poo, poo. No, it's not a down part. It's actually wonderful. I love it. What's up, Ronnie? JLS Comics. Hey, this is my friend Jesse. He's got an awesome YouTube channel. It's called JLS Comics, 2 words. If you guys don't have time to read comics, this guy will give you the goods on origins. He is the guts master. This guy knows everything about G.I. Joe, Marvel Comics, you name it. Give him a sub. Especially if you don't have time to read books, I'm highly recommending his channel, especially if you don't have time to read books. He'll get it done for you, and he puts content together that just makes it just process and focus your brain so well, and you understand it. So shout out to Jesse. He says happy Halloween. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate it. Blood Sausage is Mac. What's going on? Absolutely 100. All right. Kingdom Nurse says, "Yee, music is insane."
Thank you. Yeah, we just had a new song drop, so like it's getting more and more insane every time now. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this band. Like, cause we're doing more. Like, I know we're focused more around like hardcore or whatever, or slam hardcore to be specific, but we're like starting to pull influence from everything. So because like everyone in the band is coming from different backgrounds.
Aaron's actually a guitar player, but he has become a badass bass player. So
thank you.
Shout out to Aaron, and shout out to Brian Barber, aka Tacos and Comics, aka now Red 5 Collectibles. He says happy Halloween. Hey brother, I hope you're doing well. Let me know. Hit me up. Let me know about truck driving school. Let me know how it went. Comics Embrace. He agrees. JLS Jesse's Comics. His YouTube channel is great. And Jesse says, right on, love you, dude. Love you too, brother. Seriously, we've had some really deep conversations about some really private and near to dear heartwarming and heartbreaking stuff. And he's a good friend of mine, and shout out to him. So all right, let's go. Let's move on to the next book. Here we go. So this one got me by surprise, but I'm not surprised because the market is so down. But we have Alias #1. This is CGC 98. What's so special about this book, and what does Ben say about this book, Aaron?
All right, so Alias #1, one of my favorite personal books to buy multiple copies of. This is the first appearance of Jessica Jones. So Ben writes that a CGC 98 sold for $144, and this is almost all sales since 2014 have been higher. And so, yeah, I mean, I think this is an obvious like bounce back, especially since now we've seen what's his name? Is it Charlie Cox that as Daredevil? And then yeah, you always see pictures now of Kristen Ritter and I forget the other actor.
Michael, I forgot his last name, but he plays Luke
The-
Cage on Netflix. Yeah.
Right. So like if you follow either one of them on like Instagram or anything like that, you'll see them like doing production, like set photo stuff all the time. And yeah, I kind of like when I saw that price, 144, that I was like, wow, I haven't seen a 98 that low in a long time.
Totally agree. And I was saying also, I mean, I think all four of us were on the same page. Joe was sick. I hope you're feeling better, Joe.
I was late because I was at band practice.
Oh,
like I
okay,
didn't show up until book number 10 on the hot 10. Yeah,
okay.
So that's how late I was.
Shout out to Red Hood Comic. He was sick last week, but if he's feeling better, I hope he is. He should be on Friday. But yeah, all three of us were in agreement. We believe that this book's going to rebound. And on top of that, 2 through, I think, what is it, 15, 16 guys, chat, help me out. I don't remember how many is in the series, but
it's like 24 books.
24.
I think,
okay, it's more. Beautiful David Mack covers. I mean, there's no. I think there's like maybe one or less variants in the series, which is awesome. The cover art's amazing. The reintroduction of the Purple Man is in there.
Which I think is issue 14.
And then it's like 14 through like 15, 16, 17 is like the story between those two, which is amazing. Yeah, so I think this book will definitely rebound. I love this character. I hope Kristen Ritter stays on as this character.
Oh, reprises the role. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah,
and she needs Kristen, if you're watching, hit me up. I have coupons to the Tan Club memberships. So all right, let's go.
Oh, I got to hug her before and take a picture with her, and then dude, she is skinny. So
oh yeah. When I met her, she was hula hooping through a Cheerio. It was crazy. No, no. I've never seen her in person, but I mean, she looks very, very lean and thin on camera, and they say the camera adds 10 pounds to you. So yeah, I agree with that. She's not like a skinny unhealthy. She's one of those just beautiful model looking women.
Oh yeah,
they're just tall and have those long legs, and she's a wonderful actor. And what I've read, she's actually a pretty good person. So
yeah, she was super nice. Like when I met her. So
all right, let's get into the list, and then I'll let you guys go because I know you guys have family and Halloween stuff to do. And on the East Coast, you guys are probably done with the kids stuff, but we should be able to get done here pretty quick. And afterwards, for all you card people, at the very end, after all the comic stuff's done, stay tuned. Aaron is going to break some cards live here because it's Halloween and we ain't got shit to do besides pass out candy. So he's going to break some cards and I might break some cards. So we're going to do all the comic stuff first for all my comic snobs, and then we're going to add a little bit for the card snobs. So let's get into this and get into number 5. Here we go. This is By the Dip, episode 8. This is my and Aaron's list. This is all new Wolverine The issue number 2, 1 in 25, David Lopez variant. You have your first appearance of Gabby Kenny, aka the Honey Badger. So basically, towards the end of, well, definitely at the end or after the pandemic. So you got all the way into 2023. You have sales $675 through $1,050 for CGC 9/8. This book has been a rare 1 in 25. Is highly sought after. This is no secret. This is a big modern book. I love this book. It's an important key character for comics and possibly for adaptation. But yeah, this book's down.
I almost bought one of those copies.
So here you go. We have a sale in so going back into so around Thanksgiving of last year, CGC 9/8 $675 almost seems like an outlier, but the summer of 2022 and then January of 2022, you have about an average of about $950 there, and then you have July 9th of 2022. There's a sale for $1,050. But then you have 2 sales on July 16th and August 24th of this year, $500 and $548, Aaron.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Tony Blue Green Artifacts sold one not too long ago either. And maybe jumped up like another. Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. Trick or treaters are there. Yeah, I think you're right about a Blue Green. He was mentioning that he just sold one recently. I'm not sure if this is his sales, but yeah, these are 2 confirmed sales, and that is down. Let's go back and look. So let's say an average, so 18, 19, so 29, 3,000, 36, 37, 4. So you got about a $900 book. Okay. $900 to $950 book. If you take that outlier of $675 when the book was high, okay, now you're looking at what, 29, 3, you're looking at, what is that? Yeah, about $975, about $975 average. Going into this, you're looking at a $525 average in 2 sales. I know 2 sales isn't a lot, but this book doesn't come up very often in a 9/8.
Yeah. Like,
So.
whenever I think of this book, I always think of, like, this book has the potential to show numbers, like, I wouldn't say as high as like UF4 1 in 25, but maybe like Greg Land,
Right.
Edge of Spider-Verse 2 prices.
Possibly. We just talked about that, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about cover A, but we also brought up the 1 in 25 Land. But yeah, that's a good point. Good comparison. JLS Jesse says that's got to be the floor, right? Possibly. I think so, because I mean, we were just talking about mutants earlier, right?
Right.
Daphne Keene's been in the news the last couple months saying she wants to be. I mean, she was saying that in like 2019. But then they rehashed that rumor, and then they did another article, and she's all grown up saying she wants to come back as Laura Kinney. I don't know. I just know that Wolverine is confirmed for Deadpool 3. Maybe we get X-23, and if we get X-23, we're probably going to get Gabby. So,
or even hints of her existence or something like that.
But even not. Right, and even not, who cares? This is a very popular character, especially for comic book collectors and speculators alike. We love Gabby the Honey Badger. Do we agree?
Yeah,
and it's a beautiful cover as well. So Lopez kills it here. All right, number 4. We have Uncanny X-Men 121. This is a CGC 9/8. Volume 1, this is your first appearance of Alpha Flight in full. I'm not going to go down the list of characters, but the first, I believe the first, is it 120 is the first cameo, and then 121 is the first full. I actually like this one better than 120 because I think I've owned this book so many times. I don't own it anymore, but I wish I did. But I love this cover. This cover is unbelievable. John Byrne, Chris Claremont, David Cockrum. So we're looking at January 22nd, so 2 days after my birthday of this year, all the way up to April of 2023. CGC 9/8, selling for basically an average of about $1,350 to $1,400 with a high sale of $1,560. Going into the dip, we got two recent sales in September 24th, September 26th, CGC 9/8, one for $885.50 and one for $850. I wish I could find a third sale, but there hasn't been a third sale that has been recent on a CGC 9/8. But that's good enough for me. Two is good. It doesn't mean it's the actual value, but it means that these, you could have got this book for probably pretty close to this, and I'm willing to bet you probably can get this book going forward for this pretty close. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I know someone had asked if do we think this book has hit the floor? Talking about the previous one. I think there's still a little bit more room for that to dip, right? On the Alpha Flight, the first appearance of Alpha Flight.
My bad, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
On the Alpha Flight. So we're looking at like a $1,400 to $1,500 FMV average here earlier in the year, and now we're looking at about 45% dip. I can see this book actually going down in value, but like I was saying earlier, what if the mutants that show up end up being
Alpha Flight character. Yeah, I mean,
right,
and that's what we don't know. What iteration of X-Men are we going to see, and what characters are we going to see? So,
right.
I mean, this could be an easy, eventually be an easy buy-in. But I mean, I know we have, I guess, a few Canadians watching, so I'm sure that's something that they hold pride on. That hey, we have representation of Canadian characters as mutants or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. This is the Canadian. Well, a lot of mutants are Canadian, right? I mean, I know Logan is, right?
Logan is Alpha Flight,
Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
But this is like the center core team for Canada.
Yeah.
So I like this book. I like this cover. It's just amazing. And to find this book in a CGC 9/8 for half the price of what it was going for earlier in the year, I mean, that's epic.
That is appealing. So
yeah, I mean, it could be the floor. It could dip lower. We could see this book at 600 at a CGC 9/8, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to gamble. If I had an extra $800 that I could blow, I wouldn't mind buying this book. That's just my opinion. And this book will rebound. I bet $1 dollar.
So I mean, X-Men books always tend to have those peaks and valleys, right?
Right.
Where people lose interest or whatever, and then that's a good time to buy. And then as soon as people ramp up again, then it's buy. I remember when my brother was collecting, he had bought the Dark Phoenix saga,
right?
And he was finding in back issue bins every single issue for anywhere as low as $5 an issue to up to as high as 20, right?
Right.
And then that same weekend, the next day was the announcement of the Dark Phoenix movie.
Right.
So,
trash.
So yeah, I mean, I know it was trash, but people were still living on that hype of those announcements and stuff like that. So people were pulling them out of their back issue bins and then jacking up the price and throwing on walls and stuff like that.
Totally agree.
So,
Totally agree. All right. Number 3. Saga number 1. This is from volume 1, first printing. This is 2012. This is raw, not graded. These are sales from last summer, 2022. So the end of the pandemic. And this is when everybody was getting better. And all the money ran out. I think all the money ran out, basically, I think 6 months before this, but all the free money. But this book was selling pretty consistently between with a low of 227 and a high of 305. So we'll just say about 250 to 275 on an average. Okay, you could have got this book last summer and you would have been happy as well. But then if you would have waited, now this is what we're looking at right here. We have
Wow.
a sale in May for that seller listed it as a 9.2 near mint minus for $125. He met another seller listed one for very fine near mint at $185. And then this month on the 15th, a near mint copy you could have had for $72.
Wow.
That's massive.
Yeah, don't tell Comic Man Andy. So whatever you do. But I mean, so when pandemic was ending was also the same time that the series was starting up again too, which I think had a lot to do with people like, you know, driving up the price, like oh, I'm excited about Saga relaunching, blah blah blah. Well, it's been out now again for like probably like a year and a few and some change or whatever. So I feel like that, you know, the hype that was once around it is kind of, you know, kind of left.
Yeah, but even before the pandemic prices, this book was always like $200.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, outside of 2017, 18, when the speculating boom started back up, okay, and before the pandemic, this book was like 155, 60 to $200. It just always was. To get this book at 125 down to $72, I mean, that is just, I don't know. I mean, that's a bargain. And you know this book's gonna bounce back. I mean, if that series can make this book, like Aaron was saying, if that is the case, we're not saying that's definitely the case, but we're just speculating on that. Could make this happen to this book, almost give it pandemic prices. Okay. So basically what, like 50 to 60, 70% higher, then you know if this book goes to adaptation, it's going to move. And like I was saying about like I was saying about the MCU burnout or adaptation burnout for speculation to move books, which is real, like I said. And I said Adam the Blue Marble might be that one character. I think this character might be, or this book might be that one book from an independent point of view, right? This might be that one that will really boom if this goes to adaptation, especially if they do it right.
Now, but I mean, I know that Brian K. Vaughan's always said that he's never wanted to see this in adaptation, but at the same time, like, I don't really believe that, because I think he wanted to test what Paper Girls, like on Amazon, to see how they would do with that product before releasing, like, you know, his baby, right?
Yeah,
You know.
and speaking of babies, that baby is just munching on the areola.
You've read the first issue, right? Like,
oh yeah,
it's pretty creative. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Number 2. All right, we have Silver Surfer number 3. Oh, I guess I messed up on the slide, but it must have moved when I was moving it. But this is Silver Surfer number 3 from Volume 1, December 1968. I looked at all the grades, and this grade was the most massive drop from 2022 into 2023. This is issue number 3. This is a CGC 7.5. Yeah, first appearance, first cover appearance, and partial origin. Actually, not partial origin, but a lot of origin of Mephisto. So we have from April of 2022, April 15th of 2022, all the way up to the end of the year, around Christmas time of 2022, where books usually bump up a little bit, especially these keys, because people are buying them. You're looking at a high sale of $1,399.99 in April 2022. So we're technically still in pandemic prices, but we were on the downward trajectory. And as you can see, the summer 22. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I just ruined the reveal. Sorry, I have a Mac and it's got a real sensitive pad. But anyways, yeah, so you see the downward trajectory. There is a $690 sale. I'm willing to bet that this, because it looks like somewhere around Labor Day weekend, I'm willing to bet this probably ended like at night on that Monday, or maybe on Tuesday or weekday. But yeah, $690, and then it goes all the way up to close to $1,000 on Christmas. And now we're looking at this book here, Silver Surfer 3, First Mephisto, and CGC 7.5. We're looking at $660 in May 15th of this year, 700 in 700 in the summer, and then 700 at the beginning of this month, 625 at the second week of this month, and then the third week of this month, $516. Wow.
Yeah, that's quite a drop within like just that month. Oh, just this month, right? But do you think this is a sore spot for a lot of people that had like that big hype that like, oh, Mephisto,
WandaVision?
yeah, the Mephisto showing up in WandaVision, blah blah blah.
Well, WandaVision was 2021, remember? So these prices here are in 2022, and it's all the way up to the end of the year.
Okay.
So WandaVision was done, long gone. Okay.
Yeah.
These are. Give me one second. That's fine. Yeah. We're talking about ordering pizza and stuff. This close to Halloween. Today's Halloween. So what is 8 days ago? It was a 516 sale, and I'm not going to say that's an outlier because look at the. It's pretty. The median looks about 650, 600, right? I mean,
yeah, you can see the downward trajectory of this book.
Yeah. So, and this is a grail. This is definitely a grail. I've never owned this book. I've been looking for this book. I think this is the floor, guys. What do you guys think? I think this is the floor. And, I honestly, if you look at CGC 9.8 prices, which are down as well, but those are still like $10,000, $20,000. I don't have money like that. CGC 9.6, those books are like what, 5 to 9,000. I don't have money like that. I don't even have money for 9.2, but 7.5, I can dig it. Especially when I know that a year ago, or less, the book was at $1,000, So, and I see this character coming to adaptation, coming to the silver screen, and it's an iconic villain like Thanos. But yeah.
I mean, I feel like Silver Surfer books in general are like generally overlooked too, as well.
Oh yeah, that whole series. Yeah, I even like the last issue. I love that cover, man. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, because the closest thing I have anything to this book would be FF50, which is what.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Is it graded?
Yeah, 5.0. I bought it right before shutdown for $250. I have no shame because I'm not gonna sell it. And then like even currently right now, prices are floating around the $500 range. So
Max says he's such a great character. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Constantino agrees. And then Max says that's blood sausage. Oh yeah, he can be used a lot in the MCU. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, easily.
All right, let's move on to the number 1 book on Buy the Dip, episode number 8. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. All my comic snobs, this would be the end of the comic book stuff. And make sure you guys are all subbed up to Beyond Wednesdays, House of Stein YouTube channel, Nearing Nerdvana YouTube channel, Comic Man Andy, and Spec Media. Let's go to the number 1 Buy the Dip book for this Halloween, episode 8. This is Alpha Flight. Number 1. This is the newsstand. Not a lot of them out there on the secondary market. Lots of direct, but newsstand prices. So I have this as number 1, and I love the fact that I connected this book to the 121 as well. First appearance of Tundra, Puck, Marina, Wildheart, Diamond Lil, Wild Child, and in your first solo title series of Alpha Flight. This is the newsstand edition. This book was selling last summer all the way up to December, first week of December into the second week of December for an average between an average of about $30 to $35. Okay. Now you can get this book if you can find it, because I couldn't even find any good copies on the secondary in newsstand, because I don't want a directed this book. I want a newsstand. Here we go. You're looking at $7.99 low sale on the 4th of July of this year. You have August 7th of 2022, $14.95. The seller listed a near mint minus, and the 22nd, a near mint copy sold for $19. 50. What do you think, Aaron?
Oh man, first solo title, and then
All these characters,
all
good
these
spec.
yeah, I like it, and especially in the newsstand edition, like finding that high grade newsstand, I like it.
There's a copy right now, Aaron, and it looks pretty nice. And it's $5.99 at the newsstand. It's on eBay right now. You guys go get it.
Yeah,
And I think the seller must be either like a new seller who copy and pastes like from like Comic Link or maybe from the League of Comic Geeks or whatever, because it like had all this like really detailed weird stuff in the title. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I said $5.99. Buy it now.
nice.
It was in nice shape. So yeah, that's I think this is a good book. I think this is good spec. I think this book is going to move. I don't like the direct because there's so many, and now we know the ratios and we all debate about the ratios and all that, but of newsstand and direct. But yeah, this is interesting. Yeah. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, all my comic snobs. We're gonna do some cards right now. So anybody that's into cards, please stay. Aaron, do you have your? Are you going to set up your cam, or are you just going to do it right here?
I'm just going to do it right here because my desk is like completely messy right now. So
all right, let's go. Let's go.
All right. So this is 2023 Tops update. These are the hangers. I wanted to find out if they were bangers. So let's get right into it, right? So I mean, I like Tops update. I didn't like it enough to buy a hobby box or even a jumbo. Like that didn't appeal to me, like price wise. Because like what a jumbo was $170, and then what hobby boxes were I think what $90.
Well, I was actually gonna text you because I think I text Brian. I'm not sure, but I did ask Brian when we were backstage on Friday when you weren't there, when you were playing at band practice. But they have sealed cases on Tops.com for like $1,000.
Yeah,
like yeah, right.
Yeah, like right under 1,000, right?
And I was gonna see if you wanted to split it, and I just because I was getting paid today, but then I got my check and it was like only $400 instead of $1,800. So I was a little disappointed.
Oh, I saw Arizona and I was like, is that Corbin?
Well, yeah.
All right. Thomas Nito. Should I just fly through the base?
I wonder if I could blow up your screen. Is there a way to do that? Because I can't really see it. There we go. That's better. All right. Yeah, just fly through the base. Miguel, I'll tell you if you hit a good rook. Okay, now you gotta flip it. Who is that?
Randy
Vasquez. Never heard of him. He's the Yankees pitcher, though. That's cool.
Yankees rookie. Anthony, I can see.
Thank you, man. Brian Rocio, never heard of him. Zach Wise, rookie card, never heard of him.
Brett Phillips. Do you know the cheat code for the short prints, or is Top still doing that corner where they write short print on it?
Oh, you mean the golden mirror image variation where it's SSP on the back?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was wondering if they had those in the when I was looking at my hangers, because I pulled I pulled a Nolan Jones one of those, right?
Oh, did you?
I have the video up, guys. Nolan Jones is on fire right now. His cards, I mean, he's selling like crazy. What is that?
Aaron Judge insert.
Ooh, that's cool.
Action stars.
Those golden mirror image variations are very tough to pull. Very tough. They're case hits as well. I pulled them out of a hanger as well. Is it royal blue? No number.
Yeah.
JLS is saying the Rangers are crushing the D-backs in this series. Yeah. It's
Wilson Contreras, stars of
didn't the D-backs win the first two games though? Right?
Diamondbacks won. No, Rangers won the first one.
Okay, yeah, and then the Diamondbacks won the second.
Won the second one, and then
Texas
they
won
lost
the third.
because they lost the first one at home, and then Wilson.
Interesting.
Ooh, Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker.
Ooh, a Bobby Witt Jr. Laid out.
That's cool. That's cool.
Can't answer
That's
it.
cool.
All right.
See if you get any
throwback.
upside down cards. That's cool. Wait. Let me see that. Let me see that. Who is it? I don't know him. I don't know him. Don't know him. That's an 88. Levi Stroud. He's supposed to be decent. Okay, here comes the debuts. These are the debuts. Roof, roof, roof.
I know. Sorry about the dog. They're barking. We have our candy basket just like laying outside. Oh,
Yoshida debut. That's cool.
Yeah, so we have our candy just laying outside, so we didn't have to deal with the dogs like putting them away and all that. Like for every who's that? Jeter Downs.
Oh, Jeter Downs. I thought he was in. Oh no, I'm thinking of Chrome. Nice. Jeter Downs is probably your best one you pulled. Peraza debut. That's a good one. JLS Jesse says, I just read on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called. And he says, quote, the Rangers are the first team in the World Series history to score 5+ runs in consecutive innings within a single game. End quote. Wow. That's oh. I'm a big Corey Seager fan, and I have a ton of Josh Jung. And the left fielder, I think his name is Tavares. I have some autos of his, but yeah.
What do you think?
I want Arizona to win, but that's Leclerc. He's the closer. He's a closer.
Yeah. What do you think of him as a pitcher?
Well, he's a closer. So if you want to invest in closers, Mojo says I pulled a Tristan Casas debut, Halloween Ghost Parallel. Those are tough. The Halloween, because the stripes are the striped ones are cool, but they're not. They're short print, but I think they're more like retail exclusives. But the jack-o'-lanterns and the ghosts, those are super short print, ultra rare. Those are tough. Nice. I like Casas too. Going.
What set is the jack-o'-lantern in?
It's in this set.
Oh, it's an update.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just not sure if they're in the hangers. I just know that they're in the blasters. I've only seen the blasters break. I haven't seen.
Cody Bellinger.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So
one more,
and then we're gonna call it a night. I have my dad order a pizza, and we're gonna watch a scary movie together and pass out candy. It's still it's actually dark now, so must have just got dark. So.
Yeah, I'm like 2 hours ahead of you or something.
I'm actually so I have a buddy. His name's Armin. If you're watching, Armin, thank you. He's a buddy of mine, good friend of mine. I'm pressing and clean pressing, and I'm submitting his books to CGC. I just submitted his Invincible gold foil, or the golds. I submitted one
in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a thick card.
We'll save my story for later. All right, let Aaron go. All right. But Armin, if you're watching,
yeah.
So I subbed his books up or what have you, and whoa, go back. That's a Brandon. Pull that to the side, Brandon Fogg. Yeah, that's the guy that Brian talks about all the time. I'm not. I took a step back from work, and I'm submitting books. I'm pressing and submitting books, but I'm not doing it. I'm only doing it for friends and family. So, but yeah, just to let you know, Armin. I know we don't talk much lately because you're busy and I'm busy, but just subbed your books up. Especially your Invincible books. So, hell yeah.
Oh, Singa.
Kodai Senga, Carlos Vargas. Jerry Schulte. Man, I keep losing my train of thought, man. I was going to say something that had something to do with that, but I forgot. Oh, I know why. Because Invincible books are going crazy right now.
It's about to start November 3rd. So
Yeah. So
I need to list a couple that were.
And Across the Spider-Verse just got on Netflix last night.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Damn, I might have to sign up for Netflix again.
I just finished on. I'm watching. Keep going. I just finished the Fall of the House of Usher. Oh, what a good series, man! You guys got to watch that. Really good. Creepy as shit. Good for Halloween too. It's not really Halloween themed, but it's scary. Dark comedy they call it, I think, or horror. All right, are you approaching it?
Yeah, it's like the next card. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait. I guess not this card.
Here we go. Oh, it's a jersey card. And who is it? Is it numbered?
Ozzy Alves.
Okay.
Let's see if it's numbered. It is numbered.
What number? Oh, the
50.
50. Nice. All right. Happy Halloween.
Nice. It's not from any specific game, event, or season.
I think so. I don't remember seeing Little John. Is he? I don't. Let me think.
Alright.
I don't think so. I know the dude.
Ooh.
What's the dude that plays Luke Skywalker? Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
He is epic in this movie. It might be, besides Star Wars, might be the best role he's ever played. You got so all your stars of MLBs are rookies. That's cool. James Outman. See if you get a crumb. Oh, you got an upside down card. You got a black gold. Is it who's it? Bryce? Okay. We'll take it. Steel short print. Those are tough to hit. Nice. I have a black gold, but it's a blue parallel, super short print of Rodriguez rookie card. And I have 2 Wanders, which are black, but they're trash now. So who cares? Ooh, Gunner debut. Wow, look at the coat on the back. That almost looks like a variation because he's got the headphones on. He's talking. Match it to the other debut. See if it's a base. I can't see that. Fucking good luck. I'm almost 47 years old, man. I need bifocals. All right. Oscar Colas, my old man rookie. He's like 29. PJ Higgins, never heard of him. Okay, flip. Jose Hernandez, Bryce, on Romy Gonzalez, Garcia, James something, Freddie Furman, rookie, Paulo Lopez, and getting close to the end, Aaron Hicks. I didn't know he got traded. Oh, got a couple rookie cards there. Here you got Bryce Miller. Andrew something. Huh. Interesting. Never heard of him, but Vince Velasquez, Joey Weimer. That's a good one. He was highly touted. Josh Jung debuted. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So I got a bunch of cards too, but I'm gonna make videos because I know you guys like it better when I'm on the the hand mic or whatever, or the hand cam.
Yeah. I need to clean up my area to actually set that up. So.
I broke a lot of Marvel cards recently, and I broke a lot of Marvel cards and Pokemon cards. I have a lot of Pokemon, and I did 3 or 4 shorts. And by the way, we have to do the short for the giveaway. We have to talk about the giveaway.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be this house Hot 10. It's probably going to be the next one because both of us have been really busy lately. But yeah, me and Aaron are going to come up with a couple of things. Aaron's going to do a short, and it's going to be a giveaway. Do you have that book with you by any chance? We're going to give away this book. Do you guys like how we do By the Dip now? Like we it's almost like we review what Stein said. I like that. I think it's cool. And then we add me and Aaron's 5. And then also we talk about like MCU news and we spec and stuff like that. We're not going to be doing cards or whatever, but we're going to be doing giveaways because I'm very close to getting monetized. What is that book, Aaron?
So this is Sosa Micah's Your Eyes Only, her art book that she debuted in 2022 San Diego Comic-Con. It is signed by her, and it's a CGC 9.8. This is from courtesy of Heineken Jones.
Heineken, thank you so much, man. We really want you to be on the show when we give it away. Even if we give it away in the Hot 10, I'll talk to the boys and see if we can get you on there if you want to do it. They're always up for community members showing up. But let us know. DM me, DM Aaron. Let's figure it out. I really, really appreciate you doing this for me and Aaron. It means so much. And I'm going to send you something back. I appreciate it. but yeah, we're gonna come up with a short. Aaron's already got a good question. Don't reveal it yet, and we're
Yeah.
gonna go with that question. I thought it was amazing that it did it because it's not easy like my last one, but it's not too hard. So you guys
It's
are gonna make
something, it's
Yeah.
something topical, right? Yeah.
right, because
Yeah.
there's gonna be people that are gonna have probably 2, maybe even 3, but probably 2 different books. We know at least 2 different books that they're gonna go guess on, right?
Right.
So, and those ones that get it wrong, you're not going to be in the drawings. So you got to get it right. So we're
Yeah.
going to do a short this week. We'll probably do it either tomorrow or Wednesday.
I'm off tomorrow, so I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, so he's off tomorrow, and I'm probably going to try to get with Aaron tomorrow, and we're going to work on my channel a little bit because we also want to do a card show. Me and Aaron want to do a card show. We want to do it on this channel. Brian said that he would definitely want to jump on as well. That would be amazing, and probably see Stein if we got to figure out a time. We don't like to cross stream. I know Comic Man Andy's going on pretty soon. If he might have already started. So we want to get out of here so you guys can enjoy those guys because they have great information. If I had the technology, I would push you guys all the way over there, but I don't have it yet. So we're gonna say goodbye for now, and thank you guys for watching. We love you guys. We appreciate it. Let us know what you think of the show in this format, or do you just like us just to do the House of Stein and buy the dip? No MCU news, no spec, just do the dip, buy the dip segment, and then the new list. Let me know what you guys want, and we'll work it out. So from me and Aaron, I thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on Wednesday. Beyond Wednesday review, a collectible show with Big Leg, Vinny Kumar, and the crew. And if we don't see you there, make sure you're tuned into the Bogcast on the Bogcast YouTube channel with Keith and Brian. And if you're not in or you're not subscribed, I highly recommend it. And if not there, then definitely on the Hot 10 this Friday. So farewell, everybody. Happy Halloween and stay safe.